Yo, what is up guys? It is Mike here, and today I'm going to be making a video that I feel like, as a Sixers fan especially, I need to make, okay? Because from now until the end of the season, when the Sixers inevitably win the 2021 NBA title, I'm sure people are going to keep yammering, and possibly even after they win the title, people are going to keep saying, Ben and Joel Embiid cannot play together. They need to be traded. One of them needs to be traded, and you gotta build the team from scratch around the other player. They cannot play together, blah 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 blah. It feels like people have been saying it for years. They will not shut up. These casual fans, even other Sixers fans, I constantly hear it. That these two guys, at this point, Ben Simmons is a borderline superstar, and Embiid is a superstar in my opinion. These two players with superstar potential cannot play together, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous. It is an ignorant statement, and today I'm going to go into details on why. So get ready, alright? So while it feels like this narrative has been going on literally forever, literally since the day they were drafted, it actually wasn't much of a thing in Ben Simmons' rookie season, okay? If you wind the clock back, let's wind the clock back to 2018, alright? During this season, when Ben Simmons is just a rookie, and Joel Embiid is only in his second season in the league, okay, neither of these guys were as skilled back then as they are now. This duo of Ben and Joel had a plus 15.5 net rating, which is also the best net rating of any duo in the entire NBA that year. Not James Harden and Chris Paul, not Steph and KD, or Steph and Curry, or Steph is Curry, what the fuck am I saying? Not Steph and KD, or Steph and Clay, or Clay and KD, or any of them, nobody on the Warriors, not LeBron and any of his teammates. No, it was a rookie Ben Simmons and a sophomore Joel Embiid. Okay, two players who were not close to their primes yet. They had a plus 15 net rating, best in the NBA. So what the hell happened? Well, if you look at that 2018 team, I will constantly hear other Sixers fans saying, I wish we just kept that team together. That team was deep. That team was so much better than this team. They were fun to watch. And frankly, y'all are freaking crazy. Okay? Y'all are absolutely crazy. That team was not better than our current team, and they were not better than our 2019 team. And talent-wise, they weren't better than our 2020 team. What they were was a better fit. Because let's look at that team. You got Ben Simmons, who was a rookie. He was not a good defender yet, okay? People forget, as a rookie, Ben Simmons was an average at best defender, if not below average. Dude, I don't know if he didn't try, or he wasn't used to the NBA, or what, but he was not good on defense. Alright, Joel Embiid, not nearly the dominant scorer and defender he would be the year after. And then you get shooting guard, you got JJ Redick, terrible defender, amazing shooter. At power forward, Dario Saric, terrible defender, amazing shooter. Excuse me. Small forward, you got Robert Covington, very good defender, okay shooter, like slightly above average shooter, very inconsistent though. And off the bench, this quote-unquote amazing Sixers bench that Sixers fans always tell me about, it was TJ McConnell, who's not a good shooter, and he gets some hustle steals every game, but like really not a great defender. He doesn't bring much. He's a pretty average point guard. And then the other two main bench players are Marco Bellinelli, amazing shooter, contributes literally nothing else to the court, especially on defense, and Ersan Ilyasova, again, slightly above average shooter for his position, doesn't really do much of anything else, although shout out Ersan, the dude has been top 2 in the league in charges for the last like 3 seasons, and that's just kind of crazy. Like, it's kind of crazy how many charges. This man averages like 2 charges a game. It's ridiculous. Dude's back is probably broken. Anyway, so, not exactly a deep bench, okay? There's no way this team is better than our team currently constructed. There's no way this team is better than our 2019 team. Sorry, I'm yawning. No way this team is better, okay? The difference is, the fit is elite because you surround Ben and Joel, who again, were not as good at the time as they are now, surround them with shooters. And they play amazing together. Okay, you look throughout NBA history, you have to put shooters around your teams around your stars when they don't shoot. Okay? LeBron James, early in his career, and even now in his career, you'll want to put shooters around him. You look at Magic and Kareem, who I think are a very good comparison for Ben and Joel, even if not perfectly accurate. Elite point guard who's above average size and doesn't really shoot, and an elite center. They put a bunch of shooters around him, alright? By 80 standards at least, not really like they wouldn't be considered shooters today, but they put a bunch of guys around him who don't focus on the post, you know? That's the same thing throughout NBA history. If you got stars who focus on the post, you surround them with shooters. Everyone knows this. Everyone except for Brett Brown and Elton Brand. Another big thing this season, okay, big change, Brett Brown has finally gone. This team, I cannot wait to see Ben and Joel play without Brett Brown, because look, Brett Brown seems like a nice guy, okay, I hope he does well for the rest of his life, but the man was a bad coach. He was a bad coach, alright? I knew it from like one of my first Sixers games that I watched, where he freaking put Robert Covington on Al Horford in the playoff game for Brad Stevens' inbound play, and Al Horford freaking stuffed it on him, because of course he did. He's Robert Covington, he's not a center. Why on earth wasn't Embiid on him? Okay, this man has no idea how to coach basketball. He does not coach. He does not. His defensive schemes have always allowed us to just get murdered by pick and rolls. He has no idea how to draw a good pick and roll defense. And his offense is pretty much give the ball to Joel, let him do something. Give the ball to Ben Simmons, let him do something. He calls it a quote-unquote free-flowing offense, which is another word for he sits on his butt and does nothing and says, figure something out. That may work on the Warriors, where everyone can shoot, but guess what? We're not the Warriors. That's not what this team is. That's not who they are. You can't do that. So thank God he was finally let go and replaced with Doc Rivers. Okay, I am so happy to have Doc Rivers here, and I don't think he's an amazing coach by any stretch of the imagination, okay? I don't think Doc Rivers is one of the greatest coaches of all time. I think he's a slightly above average coach, alright? Slightly above average. However, Brett Brown was a very below average coach, and I think slightly above average is plenty when you've got a team with this much talent. You look at the team this year. Seth Curry, solid ball handler and playmaker, very good shooter. Danny Green, very good shooter, sometimes. You know, not in the playoffs, but during the regular season, man's been a hella good shooter. Alright? You got Tobias Harris, the power forward, who is still a very good shooter for a power forward, and under Doc Rivers, he shot 43% from 3 and averaged 20 points a game. Alright, if he can get back to that level, he doesn't need to even average 20 points a game, but if he can get back to his efficiency on the Clippers under Doc Rivers, and you know why he was so efficient? Because Doc Rivers ran freaking plays for him. The man actually drew up some plays for this dude to get some easy looks, instead of Brett Brown, where he's like, oh, Harris, you can dribble? Sounds like you ought to just sit there and try to ISO Jason Tatum all playoffs. That sounds like a good idea for you. And no wonder he got freaking creamed, because Jason Tatum's a good defender, and Harris is not an ISO player. He's a guy who plays well in a system, with actual plays. He's not freaking James Harden or Kyrie Irving over here doing ISOs. That's not who he is. But he's a little bit of everything, and he can be a good shooter again. And then on the bench, Shake Milton's a good shooter. Tyrese Maxey has potential to be a good shooter. Same with Matisse Thybulle for at least catch and shoots. And you got other guys on there. Dwight Howard is a very good backup center. This team is better than the 2018 team, but it's built the same. You surround shooters around these stars who are now much better than they were in 2018. Ben Simmons is now a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. If Embiid can get back to his 2019 form, he's the best center in the league. I fully believe that. Dude was ridiculous in 2019. Okay? We do not need to trade these guys. They can play together. Absolutely they can. And also, one more thing that's going to help this team this year, and even though, you know, maybe this is going to backfire in my face, maybe it's not going to happen, I believe Ben Simmons is finally going to shoot threes this year. I really believe he is. And call me crazy, but at the end of the last season, he said he was going to start shooting them, and he actually did. He shot like 2 of them, and then he got hurt. But if you can look in the games, you can see him calling for it when he's wide open in the corner, and his teammates just didn't give it to him. You can see opportunities like that. Now, his teammates probably didn't give it to him because they thought he was full of shit, because they know he never shoots. But under Doc Rivers, I do expect this man to shoot, okay? It's all mental for him. We've seen that he can make threes when he shoots them. And there's a great quote by Doc Rivers that I really like, and it's about, I think it really applies to both Ben and Joel, because people kind of have their issues with both of them. People say that, you know, Ben Simmons doesn't want to shoot, he doesn't want to listen to the coach. You know, Joel Embiid, he's sitting there on the three-point line because he doesn't want to listen to the coach, whatever. And this is a great quote by Doc Rivers. Average players want to be left alone. Good players want to be coached. And great players want to be told the truth. That was the ultimate issue with Brett Brown. Maybe even more so than the fact that he was a terrible X's and O's coach and he contributed nothing on the court. He was also bad off the court because he was just too nice, okay? And I'm not saying Doc Rivers is an asshole or anything. You know, he's not Tom Thibodeau out here. Or Tom Thibodeau? Is that what I'm... Yeah, Tom Thibodeau. I don't know, for some reason I immediately thought of Doug Dimmadome when I said Tom Thibodeau. Doug Dimmadome. Dimsdale Dimmadome. Anyway. So I think that he is a guy who, if Ben Simmons is passing open good, wide-open threes, he is actually going to get in his face about it, and he's going to say, what the hell are you doing, okay? If Joel Embiid is passing up easy post-ups, which he will finally have because the team has shooting again, so he can't be doubled on every single freaking possession like he was last season, then he's going to get in his face and say, get in the post, okay? Brett Brown, he wanted too much to be everyone's friend. None of the players respected him because he just wanted to be their friend. These are great players who want to win. They want to be coached. They want to be told what they can do to do better. I believe that. And that's why the Sixers are going to be fantastic this year in comparison. I think it's going to be a little rough to start the season. You know, they got a lot of new chemistry issues, new coach, new teammates. It's probably going to be a slow start. But I think by the end of this season, you all are going to see that there is no reason Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid cannot play together. And in fact, I think they can win a title together. Maybe I'm a little crazy for that, but I sure as hell believe that they can play together and they can do very, very well together. You all need to give these guys some time. They have played together for three seasons. 3 seasons, okay? Why do you expect them to have won a title by then? Embiid's played 4 years, Ben Simmons has played 3, and Embiid has had a lot of injuries. In fact, Ben Simmons has had a lot of injuries too, okay? 3 unhealthy seasons together, with a terrible coach in Brett Brown, and 2 of those seasons the rosters have not really been built that well around them. 2019 roster was a very good team, but at the end of the day, Jimmy Butler does not fit with these guys either, okay? He's taking the ball out of Ben Simmons' hands, which he needs. He should be playing point guard, alright? He can play power forward or even a small ball center at times, but I really think Ben Simmons is best at the point guard position because of what a great playmaker he is and how good he is attacking the basket. Jimmy Butler, not a good three-point shooter, and he needs the ball in his hands. That is not a good fit with Ben and Joel. They need role players who can shoot, and that's what they freaking have on this team, okay? I cannot wait to see what happens this year with these guys playing with this roster and this new coach. I think it's going to be great. And everyone's saying that Ben and Joel need to be traded. Just shut the fuck up and watch. Just shut up and watch what happens when this team finally has a good coach and a good fit, alright? Y'all are going to be proven wrong. So yeah, that's what I had to say today in this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to my channel, and check out some of my other content. Thank you.